Doesn't mean that they can't, but you're not really expecting them to go vertical, okay? So we got a receiver down here at the bottom. These two guys right here are in quarters. So their reads, he's going 2 to 1, and he is over the top of number 1 full time, okay? Over the top of number 1. We talked about in the last clip. Somebody go inside, and safety or somebody has to drive it. Boom, your job is to replace over the top, okay? So let's take a look. 2 blocks, so 2 is already shallow, right? 2 shallow, this guy is over the top of number 2, okay? So now, same way, this safety right here is responsible for the inside of his route, okay? This corner's job is to get over the top like we seen in the previous clip with Darius Slay. Safety does a good job of staying here. I would like for his shoulder to be a little square, but it doesn't really matter. He does a good job of having his eyes in just in case the quarterback wants to throw this ball. He can go and make a play on it, but our corner does not replace, okay? Corner does not replace. He gets lazy. He starts looking, and this is what happens when you don't replace, double move, and now it's touchdown, okay? Touchdown. Let's take a look at that full play. Comes up, inside, double move, don't get over the top. Now you have a touchdown, okay? Now you have a touchdown. All right, let's take a look at this clip. We got the Arizona Cardinals again, and now we're gonna look at this. Offense is in a bunch formation, okay? They're in a bunch formation. So when you're playing quarters and they get in a bunch, depending on what system that you're in, you play what you call a box, okay? You got their 3 and you got your 4. You got your guy that's going to the flat. You got your other guy that's low inside. You got your corner that's high outside. And you got your safety that's high inside, creating a box, okay? So it's us 4 over those 3, okay? This guy right here is basically responsible for that 2 going to the flat, okay? Then we got 2 guys up here to take care of those guys, okay? That's kind of how it plays out, okay? So now let's look at this play, okay? The thing about it, you get a bunch of quarters beaters when teams know you're in quarters, okay? So let's watch Patrick Peterson right here and how these guys play their box, okay? So you can see this guy wide now, this guy slides over, okay? Now we got corner and safety playing the high, okay? Playing the high. So what these teams try to do, this is what they try to do. They try to get this guy right here to get caught up on this guy. You see the separation between these guys right here? They try to get that safety to get caught up on this guy so that he can widen him and beat that corner over the top, okay? That's what they try to do. Boom, see that? Safeties, this is not our play right here. That's not our play. Anything under 10 yards like that, that is not our play. That's these guys under here handle that. Our job, protect this deep ball right here, okay? Do not let that guy get that. He catch that ball, we drive and tackle him, we play another game, another down, okay? But this safety broke up. You can do that at times when you got an all-pro corner and Patrick Peterson. He's doing a great job staying top shoulder on this wide receiver and basically running the post route for him, okay? He's basically running the post route for him. Boom, takes it away. Safeties. Let's not leave our corners out to dry, okay? Let's take a look at it full play. They got the box, they slide. Safety don't jump. Pat P does a great job staying top shoulder, okay? He does a great job staying top shoulder. Let's take a look at this play, okay? We got the Atlanta Falcons against the Arizona Cardinals. We just saw that they shifted this guy from the backfield, okay? So we're in 12 personnel. I told you 12 personnel, you get a lot of stuff, okay? But they shift him from the backfield. He's in the grave digger. Like I said, we don't expect him to really beat us and go vertical, but sometimes they can. This is one of those times where he runs a route, but he's not really running a vertical route. This is what they're trying to do. They're trying to create separation, okay? So these guys are in the grave digger. We got these guys in tight. So now they already feel like they have our eyes, okay? They're trying to tighten us down, okay? So what's gonna happen in quarters, you get, like I said, 87 switches. This is what an 87 switch is. This receiver right here is running the 8 route. 8 route is a post. This tight end is running the 7. 7 is a corner route, okay? So that's called an 87 switch, okay? So what happens is, like I said, these guys right here should be playing it together, okay? They should be playing it with each other. We're going to pass it off. They come down the field and switch. We're going to pass it off. I'm going to take the high inside. You're going to take the corner route to the outside, and we're going to have them nailed down, okay? But sometimes you don't do that. And now this guy is responsible for his 2 going to the flat, and this corner has to stay over the top of number 1, okay? So let's take a look at this play and how it played out. You see right now the separation, okay? This guy's trying to widen this corner, and this guy's lagging, okay? So what they want, this is what they want. They want you as a safety to get so caught up on this guy that if you're playing him closely, this guy is going to be going past you by the time you realize it's 87 switch, right? Or they want you to be so high on this guy running that you never come off on the underneath route, okay? So that's why they have a fast guy and a slow guy to create that separation, okay? That is why they do that. So look at this play right here. Comes up, boom. Right now, this is touchdown. Quarterback, put that ball out here, that's touchdown, okay? Corners, we gotta do a better job like we saw Pat P do of staying top shoulder on this guy. What happens is, if you play the switch concept, where the corner comes off, look how high this guy is in comparison to this guy. That's what they want. This guy to be so high that he never see the tight end and he breaks free, okay? You get it a lot of times with Kansas City Chiefs and Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce. Tyreek Hill goes streaming down the field running the post route, and then Travis Kelce just slides right underneath for the corner route, and he's running down the sideline wide open. But safeties, once again, stay high inside, take that corner, you fall off, make this play, and it's a done deal, okay? And at the end of the day, he don't throw it, but we don't like that look right there. That's what they go to the sideline and see, and they come back in the fourth quarter and say, hey, we can throw this post right here because that corner is not playing it great, okay? That's what happens. So we'll take another look at it. Full play. Come out, safety bite. That should be touchdown, okay? Should be touchdown. He don't throw it, okay? So talk about another quarters beater. It's called the Dino. Once again, they box us up, right? They box us up. That's what you get a lot of times when you are a quarters team. So we talked about the 87 switch. This time we're going to talk about the Dino. The Dino is the double post, okay? Going to get this guy running here. This guy's going to try to widen that corner again, and he's going to try to go in right behind him. This guy is clearly a decoy trying to pull the safety, pull somebody out. He's trying to widen this corner so he can bang it in there for the touchdown. And you get that a lot of times when they're in this shot zone right here, okay? When teams get between the 25 and the 35, maybe even the 40, they like to take shots to the end zone because they still can run their deep routes. They still can run past guys from that far out, okay? Once they get down here inside the 10, now it's more difficult to run past guys, so you don't get a lot of the shots. But these routes right here, you're gonna get a lot of that stuff between the 25 and the 35, and they're right here on the 25, so it's prime time for it, okay? So let's talk about what's happening up here. Up top, we got these two guys who are playing this guy, right? Because his job, the safety's job, is to play number 2 to 1. He has no number 2. His number 2 is over here because they are in a 4 strong, okay? So he's basically double teaming this guy up top. Well, let's look at this guy. He's a cut split. He's inside the numbers. So what do we talk about? We expect these guys to come here, some type of way. That's why they cut him down. So what they're going to do is, this guy, if he comes, he's going to take him, he's going to replace him. That's simple football. That's football 101, all right? You have nobody to cover over here. You replace the guy that left covering your man, okay? That's football 101. So that's what they're going to do over here. This safety right here is going to have this guy. He's going to fall off and play inside of number 2 or number 1 right there, okay? I wish he would have pedaled a little more to stay tighter to this guy, but nonetheless, they played it, it worked out. Let's take a look at the play. Boom. You can see this guy grabbed him coming across, and you can see this corner replacing up top. That's perfect. You can see him trying to run through. He's trying to pull this guy so that he can bang him in there, right? So that guy, Pat P, is not in great position right now, because if this corner, if this safety is squeezing this guy, he's gonna have that guy for the touchdown, okay? But they played it like that, so I have to assume that that's what they were trying to do, because he didn't really squeeze number 2 much. He stayed in this Dino window, so I would assume that they were expecting double post. He was going to him. He knew that was going to happen, and he played like that. Pat P stayed outside to protect for any kind of corner route, okay? So that's what happened on that play, okay? And it ends up in a sack. Let's take a look at it. Boom. Falls off, and it ends up in a sack, okay? That is the Dino, okay? Now let's talk facts, okay? We talked about facts in the breakdown. Let's talk about it here, okay? We got a tight end down here, so that means they're in speed, right? They got a receiver up top. They got the slot here. They got the X here, probably the Y or the Z out here, okay? I don't know who those guys are, how they got them configured, but they got 3 wide receivers up top. Anytime you do that, this guy backside should already know I'm expecting this guy to come down the field, okay? I said this guy right here, now he's playing 2 to 3 because he got speed guys in here. But if you play a fact, now he can go 2 to 1 like normal, because this guy he doesn't have to worry about, because that other safety is coming over to the party. This guy on the backside, you're on the tight end, you got to lock him up 100 out of 100 times, okay? So that's how that play works. You know that. These guys obviously understand what the corners are doing. That's why he don't try to bend it in. They try to hit him up the seam right here, but that linebacker does a great job. Get his hands on him, so now he can't just bang it in like he wanted to bang it in, okay? See the play. Tries to bang it way over there. Safety still comes in and makes a play on it, okay? One thing I will say as a safety, I don't really like how he turns like this and looks over here. Stay square, okay? Stay square like we talked about. Give him your eyes. I like your eyes. Give him your body, though, okay? Give him your body, because this could be a monster tight end over here, okay? When you go running over there like that, they know they can work backside on you, okay? So stay here, read the quarterback, give him your body, stay right in here, and then have your eyes here. Boom, he throw it, you go make the play, okay? That is how that works out. Boom. We don't want to give up too many of those. We don't like the penalties, okay? Now, let's talk some underneath stuff real quick, okay? We talked about these underneath guys right here. They are playing 2, 3, and 2, okay? So let's identify who these guys are. This right here is number 2 up top. This right here is number 3 down bottom. This is number 2, okay? So, underneath, you always have to be worried about who can become, okay? These guys are in close proximity here. These guys are in close proximity there. Meaning, if this guy go in, this guy go up, this wide receiver will become my number 2, and this tight end will be number 1, okay? If this guy go in, this guy go out, then the wide receiver becomes number 3, and the halfback becomes number 2, okay? Well, if they do what a lot of teams do, if they do something like this, where they bring him in, and him out, now let's talk about it. This guy right here becomes number 3, he becomes number 2, and he becomes number 2 to the other side, okay? So all you do underneath, you just pass all that stuff off, okay? You just pass all that stuff off. He comes in, you know he's going to some other guys, you sit back and you wait for the other guy, you expand, you just pass all those guys off, okay? So these guys did a great job of passing those guys off. Let's take a look at it. Pass them off, and you end up with a sack, okay? Let's take a look at it from the backside. You can see the quarterback is clearly looking to this 7 route, okay? And I want to show this play real quick